Hi everyone, I'm going to show you how I color using my bingo markers. Okay, I'm going to color Balloon Sophie using my bingo markers. And this is a picture of Balloon Sophie that I have colored already. And some of the layout of the color of the markers, bingo markers. And these are the bingo markers I'm going to be using. I'm going to be using them as a watercolor technique because it works great. And I'm going to get started. So here's Balloon Sophie. I got my water pail ready. And these are the two paint brushes I'm going to use. And this is the mixing tray for mixing some of my colors. So I'm going to get started. First, I'm going to start with her skin tone. And I don't have brown bingo markers, but I'm mixing two colors together, which is green and orange, and they're going to make me like a sand brown that I'm going to be using for her face. Okay. So I'm about to mix some orange in this tray here, which I just put down a little orange. Just like that, just squeeze it. And I'm also going to put down some green inside this tray. And I'm going to mix those two colors together to get me a brown skin tone. Okay, so I'm just mixing these colors together, and then y'all see the mixing. So that's how I come up with my color, by mixing these two together. And I'll test it on a piece of paper to see is it the color that I want. If not, I will mix it again. So I'm going to do my testing. Okay, not quite. So I'm going to put a little more orange in here over on this side. And I'm going to do a little more green. And I'm going to mix it again until I get the color that I want. Okay. It's looking like it's coming together. Just a little more orange. Sorry about that. So put a little more orange on this side, and I'll mix that with that until I get the color that I want mixed in here. So it's almost coming to the color that I want. So it's coming close to the color that I want. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to start. I got my color mixed like I want to. And I'm going to start on her skin. Putting down some color for her skin here. And the bingo markers, they works great with using as watercolors. So, okay, just putting down where all her skin would be. Just putting this color down. And you see it goes a long way. The color that I just mixed and made, it goes a long way. Now I'm gonna start on her dress, and I'm wiping my dress, my water brush on a clean paper towel. So I'm gonna start putting some color down because I want to start on her dress, and her dress is this green bingo marker. So putting some color down for her dress. I'm going to use all these colors because the balloon is in this purple. So I'm putting some purple down. Sorry about that. Purple down. Sorry about this. Move this tray over here until I need it. And put some blue down. And I'm going to be putting some orange down. And I'm going to show you the colors that I put down. These are the colors I'm going to be using in the video. Okay, now I'm going to start on her dress. And I'm just going to go lighter area. And I'm going to paint her rose another color, so I'm not going to paint it green. It's going to be red, so I'm not going to paint her rose that color. So just doing her dress for right now. Just laying my color down. And just like I said, these bingo markers, I was just trying them out one day, and I loved it. I love the way you can color with them, watercolor, because I'm so into watercoloring now, and I just love, it's relaxing. Coloring is relaxing anyway. So now her rose on her dress and on her hair bow is going to be red. So I'm going to start with some red, cleaning my brush here, and I'm going to put some red down. I'm doing her bow first, then I will do her rose in this red. Yes. I hope y'all enjoy watching this video, watching me coloring as much as I enjoy doing it. I enjoy making video coloring for you all. So I'm hoping that you all enjoy it. Okay, doing her shoes and making sure I'm in the frame so you can see every step by step that I'm doing. So now I'm going to start on the balloon. So I'll do the purple balloon, just light it all the way purple. Okay, I'm going to do the purple balloon first. Now I'm going to do one of the blue balloons. And do it. Just go all over the balloon, then I'll come back in where I think the shadows will be. Okay, now I'm going to do the orange balloon. Okay, I just go over real light at first. Okay, so I'm going to let that dry. And while I let that dry, her dress is kind of dry a little bit. Sorry for being in the frame. I'm going to go back on and put a little shadow in her dress with the green, and I'm kind of switching up brushes so my shadow could be darker. So I'm going to put in the shadow where I think my shadow would go, like around her hands here and there. Just where I would want my shadow to be. And it's the edges of her dress. And take it around her neck, right there, and around the rose, and come down the little lines. So I'm just putting in my shadows. Okay. Now I'm going to do the same for the balloons here. So I'm just putting in my shadows where I think my shadow would be. Okay. And these bingo markers, they dry pretty fast, so you have enough time to work with them. It won't take long to dry, so you can start putting in your shadows where you want your shadow to be. So they dry real fast. I love the way they dry. So and I'm leaving some like the little white spots on them. So I'm going to start putting down some purple where the shadow would be on the purple, like on the side here in this little corner. Right round up in here, and I'm going to leave a little spot so I have putting down some more purple. Okay, just blotting in my shadows. That's what I'm doing. Just blotting in the shadows. Okay, and I'm going to go back over my orange a little bit to darken it a little. Okay, now I'm going to go in and put the little shadow where I would put it in her bow here. Okay, just blotting in darkness and area where her bow. I'm going to pretty much do her dress last, and I'm going to put some shadows where her rose will be in her shoes. Okay. Now, I got a black bingo marker also where I'm going to do her hair. So, I'm going to work on her hair. And the black is real vibrant. So, I'm going to go in my darkest spots. How my darkest would be. Just get those color in. Just my darkest spots of her hair. And once I get those color in, then I just go back over with my lightest color. Okay. Start over here. I don't have water in this brush. I just pick it up and blot it down like that if I want my darkest spot. And I'll just dip it in the water pair. Once they're dry, then I'll just go back over and spot. But I'm gonna for her skin, I'm gonna pick up this color that I laid and just go just around, just a little bit. Just give it a little shadow, just around that little part, and around her neck, and around her arms. Just shadow like that. Okay, continue to let that dry. And my balloons, they looking pretty nice there. But I need to put a little more orange in place. Just a little more dark in that. Yes, just a little line up in there. And leaving a little spot open for. So, now I will go back in for her hair. And where it's light spot, I will work that in like that, like so. And I'm kind of blotting up some of the water. If I put too much water down, I just blot it up and go with it and go back in over the whole entire hair. And then I'm gonna let it dry. Then I'm gonna start back over some of the other ends. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna let that dry. Then I'm gonna go back over her hair bow and some spots. Okay, making it darker in these spots that I want to, and a little bit over her rolls. And over her shoes. And just a dab of these bingo marker will go a long way. They will. They really will. So, just imagine how many images you can color using these. And just like your primary color, the red, the blue, and the green, you can pretty much make any color, just like I did for her skin tone, because I didn't have brown. You can pretty much make any other skin tone that you want by mixing those colors. So that won't be a problem for using for other skin tone. So her balloons are looking lovely. So I'm gonna go back over her dress and just random spot, making sure, because when they dry, they kind of dry kind of light, but you can always go back over it. And I have had coloring that I did with these bingo marker. The color, it doesn't fade much over time, like when you have it sitting in your album or whatever you put it at. It doesn't fade the colors. The color lasts a long time, because the image that I color, the color lasts a long time. So I like using these bingo markers. So I'm close to the very end of it. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do her little cheeks here and just dapple just a little red in the spots for her cheeks. Yes, just in the spots. And if you get them too red, you can always splash it out. Just splash it out with a little water, like I'm doing. And for her eyes, I take my pen here, and I'm just going to put just a little dot there. Lighten up her eye right here. Just a little dot to lighten up her eyes. So. Okay, just a little dot right there and right there. That's where you can see her eyes better. Then sometimes I take one of my black Sharpie pens and I just go over the lining of this balloon, just making it darker. And these Sharpie, they works great. I love the fine line that they make. So just over in there. So I'm done with my image, and I just want to show you all that you can watercolor with these bingo markers. So the bingo dappers. And I hope you enjoyed my video. I enjoyed doing the coloring with you all, and I will be coming back with more video of different coloring method. So thanks for watching. Rate, comment, and subscribe to my video, because I will be coming back with more. So please subscribe. Bye bye.